In today's video, we're going to be discussing the CEF debacle that has just occurred. We're seeing an implosion in many of these closed-end funds, not just Cornerstone. So I'm going to discuss with you how I'm playing those, and if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll share with you not only my lessons learned, but how I got stronger from the chaos. Bear with me because my voice is very hoarse and I'm still very sick here in Geneva, Switzerland, but we're still living the FIRE lifestyle. Okay, financially independent, retire early for those of you who don't know. So we earn over 100,000 per year in dividends at this channel. I was just at 150, now I'm at 170. Okay, it's pretty impressive. Okay, performance and value shows that we're still up 15% for the year. Okay, we're still beating. That's 1 year. On a year-to-date basis, we're up 14%, and we're beating the S&P up 12%. Okay, so if you need help doing what I'm doing, living financially free out of my brokerage account, email me for my e-guides at akintodd48@gmail.com. I can't answer all your questions in the comments, okay, or in my emails, honestly. That's why you have to buy my e-guides so that you can use my phone number to call me anytime you need, because the phone's easier to talk on. Plus, you get free access to Discord for life when you buy my e-guides, and you can also reach me there anytime you want. Plus, we have over 500 members in the community that can help you anytime you have a question. So we're up $8,000 for the day. We were up 10 just a second ago. Still impressive. What do you know? It's Cornerstone. All the haters are going to say, yes, I'm making a video because Cornerstone's up. Well, I didn't make a video yesterday and I was up 40,000. Okay, so I'm just really sick, all right? And I'm only making the video when it's pertinent to you guys and when it can benefit you, all right? If you have any negative comments, I'm honored that you think this is some kind of stage for you to make comments, any kind of negative comments you want. But if it's not pertinent to money and us making money together, because that's all we care about, then I'm probably just going to delete your comment from here on out, because I'm not the type of guy that likes to type to other people, all right? I like to talk over the phone or in person or on Discord. So I'm not going to even show you the charts, but just go look at these other funds that have blown up. Look at GOF, look at RIV, look at ECC, look at OXLC, look at SHI, CSQ, OPP, TLTW. Bond markets have imploded, and anything return of capital related has imploded. All right. Now, Cornerstone's bouncing back strong because it also gives return of capital. And people say, oh, it's not tracking the indexes. Well, yesterday the indexes were down and it was up huge. Today the indexes are flat and Cornerstone's up huge again. So stop telling me that it doesn't track the indexes. It has a mind of its own because it's a closed-end fund, and it owns all of the S&P 500 names virtually. So that's why it tracks the indexes on most days. But around rights offerings time periods, dividend time periods, the 21% dividend makes it have a mind of its own. Plus, it drips the dividend down at the NAV for those of you who don't know about Cornerstone. So look, the market price here is 7, but it drips down here at 6 every month. The 21% dividends drip down here every month for a 21% gain, plus these extra gains, okay? The premiums are starting to come back in these as Cornerstone comes back. So you need to learn how to ask for this special drip or just toggle it yourself now at some brokers. And also you have to learn how to play this around its rights offering. Who could have predicted the October reset month? Okay, the October reset month, who could have predicted that? It doesn't matter. Okay, everything fell during this month. So Cornerstone, now is your time to get into this if you've been waiting for the pullback, in my opinion. I'm not saying buy now. I'm just saying, look, if you've been waiting to buy Cornerstone, what better time than now? I want to say, though, that the key to playing Cornerstone right now, I would think, because they have the div reset at the end of this month, which shouldn't be much because that's what most people are forecasting. You need to look at the S&P 500 NAV. So S&P, okay, we go here, SPY, and you'll see that the SPY is on the 200-day moving average. And so this is a make it or break it time for the market today. And if this breaks, then the NAV could fall for Cornerstone, which would affect its dividend plans, but it's always 21%. Every year they reset it to 21%. So look out for that, guys. Keep this close on your radar, SPY, because as that goes, so will Cornerstone will go. Now, lessons learned. Okay, I've sold all those other funds, backed up 10,000 now. No big deal. Just making $170,000 per year in dividends plus capital gains. Yes, you can lose on some down days, whatever. Okay, this is just icing on the cake. This and the drip, the special drip. So lessons learned from the recent debacle is sell anything that's not index related, in my opinion, and that's unpredictable and that can be manipulated. So I've closed out all the funds that I just mentioned to you: RIV, GOF, ECC, OXLC, SHI, CSQ, OP, and TLTW, and many more. I've closed them all out. I've put those alerts on my Discord chat room, so you can go here to my portfolio recap section where I track my portfolio when I'm not making videos on YouTube. Okay, so here are all my trades, and we've been in the trenches together, me and my Discord community. Again, we're over 500 members strong. We've been on the Cornerstone RO section here. Okay, if you don't like this, then click out, but I'm sorry, I'm on my phone. I don't have a way to do this on the computer here in Geneva, Switzerland. So Cornerstone, again, we've been so active in this section, okay? We've all been in this together, and when everything was hitting the fan, we all just rallied together, and I can't even show you all the comments. It's just endless. I was glued to my phone because I was sick and it was raining here in Geneva, so it was just the perfect time to be with my community. But I would never let my community hang. I would never leave them out to dry when something's going wrong with one of our top holdings. So Cornerstone, I covered right at the bottom. All the shorting that I did in Cornerstone, I had 40K short. I covered right at the bottom, and I showed where I covered on Discord, okay? You have to be here real time to see it, but I covered at the bottom, so I only have 5K short left of this, okay? We're down 400 now in this CRF short, which I don't even mind, okay? That's nothing compared to what we're up today, which is 10,000. So, I mean, I covered right at the bottom, and I bought a whole bunch of Cornerstone as well. So that's how I got my income up to over 150,000. Also, Cornerstone's low maintenance. And so Cornerstone, I have an e-guide on how to play Cornerstone, but I also have an e-guide on how to use margin to live financially free out of your brokerage account. And Cornerstone is my favorite vehicle because it has 30% maintenance. You see this? 30%. So that's the key to living financially free. FIRE, okay, is using your maintenance to keep your available for withdrawal number high. Okay, for every $1 you put in your brokerage account, you get $4 of purchasing power that you can hold overnight. So don't listen to any haters when they say you can't hold overnight. I don't know what they mean. I hold a lot of my margin overnight. So $1 here, and you get $4 of purchasing power. Okay, so almost $1 million in purchasing power. And I was just adding to Cornerstone, no problem, because I have so much purchasing power. But my debt is also only 216. You would think my debt rose to 250, but it didn't. You know why? Because I sold a lot of other names. I told you I dumped RIV, GOF, and all those names. So also when I close my short, that would raise my margin debt because that takes down your margin debt artificially. So even though I closed my shorts, I'm still at 216. And by the way, the guy who's everyone loves for Cornerstone, Clint, he was so against my shorting idea, and I'm just so glad that this worked out. And he was laughing in my face, and Seeking Alpha told me to get out of here and never bring this idea to him ever again. And look at how it could have helped people if they had known how to box Cornerstone, because not only did it short and not only did the short protect me during the downturn, but it lowered my maintenance, which raised my available for withdrawal. When this number gets to 0, you're in a margin call for all you newcomers. So I keep this number high so I can spend and go wherever I want. I use my E-Trade card to travel the world, do whatever I want, live the FIRE lifestyle. Okay, as long as I'm able to withstand a 10% correction in the market, which I can. 400,000, what's 10%? 40. What's 20%? 80. What's 30%? 120. So, I can easily withstand a 30% correction, but the dividends from Cornerstone, 20% dividends, offset that correction being down 30%. So this is how you really level up your account, okay, is you use some margin to get ahead, not a whole bunch, just a fraction, and then you use low maintenance plays so that you can keep this available for withdrawal number high, so you can keep doing whatever you want in life, okay? So that's how I'm living free at 37. Okay. Using low maintenance with some margin. Okay. And I'm also getting days gains in the process, but I don't care about this. If I'm down 100,000 or up 100,000, I don't care, because you can't do anything with it. I've told you that. You don't want to spend out of your account and erode your capital reserves. You want to be able to always buy more dividend names. So volume 1 I have is fundamental analysis. Volume 2 is technical analysis. If you need help understanding the charts that I just showed you, Carbon Zero. We have some guys in the Discord chat. Carbon Zero, I'll even say his name. They don't like it, but Flex and Mike P the Trader. They all, and also Eddie. I shout out to you, Eddie, and whoever else. I can't think of the names right now on Discord who are right up to the minute with me, showing charts and technicals. During the melees of Cornerstone the last few days, we were watching those technicals and we timed it right at the bottom. Okay, I covered right at the bottom those shorts, and I went long on the C's, and at the same time, thanks to these guys' technical analysis and their prowess. I think I have some technical analysis ability too. And again, that's in volume 2 of my e-guides. Volume 3 is using margin to live financially free out of your brokerage account. And volume 4 is how to play Cornerstone properly. Look at this margin. If we go to the box here of Cornerstone, you see that I boxed it, and that lowers my maintenance to 5%. Okay, so that raises your available withdrawal and protects you from the downside. It stops the bleeding. You can do that in any fund. Okay, and I showed the directions on Discord, the exact steps to do it if you guys on Discord need it. I'm not doing this video for anyone on YouTube. I don't owe you guys anything. You all are scavenger hunting for things to find wrong in my account. And it's just like a wild Easter egg hunt for you guys, because it doesn't do you any good. All the rumors that my account was blowing up, well, look at this, 11,000, up 11,000. Doesn't look like my account's blowing up. And look at my performance and value again, up 15%. And this is going to update. So I'm up 14% there. But after today's gains of 11, I'll be up another 3%, so 17% tomorrow, beating the S&P again handedly. All right, so there's a way to do this. There's a method to my madness, and again, it's in my e-guides. All right, the lessons that I learned: get out of all closed-end funds that don't track the indexes and that can be manipulated artificially, and go back into the C's, of course. And also I went into Defiance. I added more JEPI and QQQY, and that's how I got my dividends up to 170. But you have to be aware of JEPI and QQQY. They have 50% maintenance, okay? 50%. So you can't live the FIRE lifestyle as easily in those when you're at E-Trade. If you go to another broker where it's lower maintenance, that's great, but they might not have the special drip for Cornerstone. So you have to really weigh all these options when you're using E-Trade. So anyway, I think that'll do it, guys. Okay, I told you, this wasn't isolated to Cornerstone. Everyone wants to say I was wrong about Cornerstone. Cornerstone fell with everything else, all these other closed-end funds this month. Okay, I don't know why people say it's tax selling. Doesn't make any sense. If you sell these ROC shares, you have to pay taxes. If you don't sell the shares, you don't have to pay any taxes. So I don't understand. Even if you lose, who cares? Your dividends will cash flow you over time. Who would sell at a loss? I don't know, unless they're in trouble. All right, so maybe that's what happened with these funds. Okay, and then I bought more JEPI and QQQY because they're indexed, and they're a little more conservative than Yieldmax funds, in my opinion, because they just let puts expire worthless to collect their premiums, versus Yieldmax that do a little trickier things. They sell puts and sell calls, and it caps the upside and it gives you full downside exposure, unlike with Defiance ETFs. We don't know how these are going to work, though, so I continue to keep my amount small in Defiance. All right, so lessons learned, I just told you. I closed those out. I showed you how I got stronger, bought more C's, covered the shorts at the bottom, no thanks to Clint and all the other haters on Seeking Alpha that were against that idea. And then I bought more Defiance, and I bought more Cornerstone. What do you know? The C's and D's, as I call them. C's for Cornerstone, D's for Defiance. If you have any questions on what I'm doing, email me for my e-guides at akintodd48@gmail.com. I'll link it in the description below. If you like the video, click like or subscribe, but I really don't care if you do, because this is not for you. This is for my Discord community, who are over 500 members strong. And again, I owe everything to them and my family, nobody else. And also my true supporters on YouTube. I'm here for those guys, but not for the haters. All right, I cannot stand people who don't want to make money and they just want to, say mindless stuff that just takes away from your ability to make money. All right, so again, email me if you need the e-guides, like the video if you want, or don't like it, whatever, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.